Why don't we go ahead and begin laying down on the mat today, coming into a supine position. You should be able to hear the music now. Let me know if for any reason you can't, if it's a little too quiet, or if at any point in time you hear my voice being a little quiet, just feel free to let me know. I can speak up. So go ahead and come to lay down on the mat in a supine position. Let your legs gently extend down the length of the mat. Bring your hands down by your hips, and we're gonna keep the eyes open here at the beginning of our practice. We're gonna start off on the mat, focusing on stretching, easing some tension out. But first, let's just take this time to quiet down the mind, calming down the thoughts. Take a deep breath in through the nose, draw that air into the lungs, and exhale, gently sigh it out of the mouth. The cleansing breath to start our practice. We'll take two more just like that. Inhale, breathing in through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. One last time here, breathe in through the nose. And exhale, sigh it out through the mouth. And then let's start to find that breath in through the nose and out through the nose. And you let your shoulder blades melt into the mat. Ease some tension out of the upper back. Try to let the low back lay flush along the mat as well. As you connect to that rhythm of your breath, finding those deep inhales and gentle exhales. Every breath in, can you draw that life and air into the body? And with every exhale, can you let go of your worries, maybe letting go of some judgment or fears as well today. Breathe in to fill the mind with love and light. Exhale to release tension and everything else. Those deep breaths in and out. Let your mind, again, start to quiet and slow down. Just using this time to connect to your mat. Can you soften that tension out of the hips, out of the shoulders, even out of that lower jaw? Sometimes when we're stressed, it can be very easy to clench our jaws without noticing. So I'd like you to take this time here to just relax that tension out. Even softening that furrow between the brows. Let's add some gentle movement in now. I want you to bring the thumbs and index fingers to touch, taking a breath cycle here. And on that next breath in, bring the thumb and middle finger to touch. And then walk the thumb down to the ring finger. And then finally to the pinky. And let's reverse that action, bringing the thumb and ring finger to touch. And then thumb to middle. And then thumb to index on each side of the body. And from here, just continuing that slow and steady movement. Finding these little poses, these little saunas with your hands, known as mudras. Let the fingertips touch firmly but gently together. Finding that connection to yourself and your body. And then when the thumbs and index fingers are finally touching one last time, I want you to wrap all four fingers into a fist with the palm. Bring the thumbs to wrap around the index fingers. Take a deep breath in, clench that fist, and curl the toes in towards the shins, just gently activating all of the muscles in the body. Exhale, sigh out, release that tension, soften into the mat. Inhale, once again, create that fist with the hands, curl the toes in, squeeze through the glutes, through the biceps, through the core. Exhale, release that tension out. One more time. Inhale, can you contract every muscle fiber in your body? And exhale, soften that tension away. Beautiful job. From here, go ahead and inhale. Sweep the biceps up by the ears so that way the fingertips reach towards the crown of the head. Point the toes away from the belly button. So that way you're taking a full body stretch here. With every inhale, can you let yourself lengthen another inch? Grow a little taller. And on that next exhale, bring the hands down by the hips, framing the width of the hips. Beautiful job. Let's start off by bending the knees, walking the heels closer to the glutes. Let the palms of the feet stay resting on the mat. And we're going to start with the hip opener today. So go ahead and take that left ankle, let it cross on top of your right thigh. So the left knee will point over towards the left side of the room, and we're in a supine figure four. You should see the legs making a figure four shape. Let your left hand rest on the inner left thigh to gently guide that knee over. You're going to feel a stretch and open out that left hip flexor. Keep the back flush into the mat. Soften the shoulders into the mat. Think about creating a broad chest and open heart with your energy flowing up towards the sky. And then from here, bring all 10 fingers behind the backside of that right thigh as you inhale to lift that right foot off of the mat. The right shin is parallel to the earth. Keep the elbows bent 90 degrees. And see if you can use that left elbow to gently keep the left knee away from the body while simultaneously hugging the right knee closer in towards the heart. Focus on easing that tension out of that left hip flexor. One more deep breath in. Exhale, soften the right foot down towards the mat. Uncross that left leg, bringing left palm foot onto the mat now. Inhale, bring your right ankle to rest on top of that left thigh. Use that right hand to gently press that right knee over to the right side of the room. Again, creating that supine figure four stretch here. Are your shoulder blades still connected to the mat? Is that low back getting its support, laying flush into the mat as well? When you're ready on that next inhale, bring all 10 fingers onto the back side of the left thigh, bringing the left foot off of the mat. Left shin is parallel to the earth. Your right elbow gently keeps your right knee away from the body. Inhale, bring the left knee closer into the heart. Take your time breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Can you open, ease that tension of that right hip flexor just another inch more. And then exhale, soften the left foot down onto the mat. Bring the right foot down onto the mat. From here, inhale, bring both shins off of the earth. Keep the quads in line with the hips. Hands are resting down on the outer edges of the hips. Beautiful job. We are in our supine tabletop position. And let's start off our practice with a legs up the wall. So gently begin to extend the palms of the feet up towards the sky. Keep all 10 toes flexed. Feel the hamstrings start to wake up. Feel that stretch in the low back, that support in your low back. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, bend through the knees. The shins are parallel to the earth once again. And then bring both knees into the chest. Interlace all 10 fingers underneath the kneecaps. Let yourself sway to the left and gently sway to the right. And then we're going to come back to the center, laying flush onto the mat. Can you hug the knees a little closer in towards the heart for double wind relieving pose. Try to keep all 10 toes flexed in towards the body. From here, bring all 10 fingers underneath that left kneecap. Exhale, extend just the right leg down the length of your mat. We're going to make this more of an active stretch now. Can you engage those bicep muscles to really draw the left knee in towards the heart? Make sure all 10 toes are flexed so that way we're protecting our knee joints. And on your next inhale, can you draw left knee slightly over towards that left shoulder? So again, open up through that left hip flexor. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release left leg down onto the mat. Inhale, let's hug the right knee in towards the heart. All 10 fingers come underneath that right kneecap. Let your eyes draw up towards the ceiling. Again, all 10 toes are flexed. Start to engage the bicep muscles to draw that knee as close as you can to your heart. Breathe in, breathe out, and then on that next inhale, draw right knee slightly over towards that right shoulder. Feel the right hip flexor open up. Getting a nice little stretch. And then exhale, release right leg down the length of your mat. Go ahead and bring both palms of the feet onto the mat, bending the knees, walk the heels as close as you can towards the glutes. Let your shoulder blades roll and release into the mat. All 10 fingers grip the mat here. On your next inhale, slowly lift the hips off of the earth, squeezing through the glutes, taking our first bridge pose. Try not to overarch through that low back. Instead, think about drawing that navel in towards the spinal column to start to awaken and engage the core. Can you squeeze through the glutes for support? Can you let your shoulder blades support you, keeping the chin slightly away from the chest? Take another deep breath in. Exhale, soften down into the mat. Beautiful job. Let's bring both knees in towards the chest and allow yourself to gently rock and roll a few times forward and back to help you come up to a seated position next. Go ahead and let the sit bones connect into the mat. From here, we're gonna bring both palms of the feet to touch. Gently exhale. Release the knees down towards the earth. Now, if the hip flexors are tight, really tight today, keep the hips a little further away from the heels. Make sure you're sitting upright and tall. The hands can rest on the inner thighs or they can rest around the ankles. Take a deep breath in. If your hips are pretty open, you can start to draw the heels in closer towards the body. I want you to focus on letting the knees come to touch onto the mat. Deep breath in, exhale it out. On that next inhale, sweep all 10 fingers up towards the sky. Bring the biceps by the ears, and then press the palms of the hands to face the front side of the room. Another breath in. As you exhale, gently hinge through the hips. Try to maintain a flat back, neutral spinal column until the tips of the fingers come down to touch onto the earth. Are the glutes still connected into the mat, letting those sit bones maintain that connection here? Think about letting the forehead gently drift closer towards the earth. You can stay lifted here if this stretch feels good today, or if you'd like to get a little deeper into this pose, you can walk the fingertips a little further away from the toes with the eventual goal of keeping that chest parallel to the mat, maybe letting the forehead come to rest onto the earth. And from here, let's start to walk the fingertips back in towards the toes. And then inhale, lift all 10 fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. We're gonna maintain this bound angle here just to get a little deeper into the hips. On your next inhale, can you press all 10 fingers up towards the sky? Keep the palms together. Exhale, hands back to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, press fingertips up overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. This is gonna help you awaken those shoulder muscles. Inhale, we lift. You can even lift the gaze of the eyes to match that movement of the hands. Inhale, hands up towards the sky. Exhale, bring the chin back to parallel. One more time. Inhale, press all 10 fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, release your left hand down to the outer edge of your left hip. Take a slight bend in that elbow, and then we're gonna reach right fingertips over right ear. Lift the chin away from chest. Try to keep that right hip resting into the mat. Think about lengthening across this right side of the body, not so much compression through that left. When you're ready, let's inhale. Lift all 10 fingers back up overhead. Exhale, right hand down to the outer edge of that right hip. And again, reaching left arm over left ear, chin away from chest. Draw the eyes up towards the ceiling. You may find a tendency to let that left elbow droop in front of you. If that's the case, lift up just a little bit to keep that left elbow drawn over left ear. Find that lengthened space on the left side of the body, and then let's inhale. Lift back up overhead, all 10 fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. From here, I want you to bring both knees to close like the pages of a book. Let the palms of the feet come on towards the mat. Interlace all 10 fingers underneath the kneecaps, and then gently begin to point through the toes and flex through the toes. Point and flex. One last time. And let's start to warm up through the core now. So I want you to stay on those sit bones here. Can you incline the upper body back just about 45 degrees? Bring the hands to the back side of the thighs now. As you inhale, gently lift the shins off of the mat, bringing the shins parallel to the mat. The hands can stay on the back side of the thighs, or if you'd like to, you can bring the hands in line with the shins. We're just going to hold to start. Breathe in deeply through the nose, exhale out through the nose, keeping the chin slightly away from the chest. Your eyes are drawn slightly up towards the sky. Release that tension out of the shoulders here. Try not to let the shoulders draw forward. Think about creating an open heart, broad chest. One more breath cycle. And then slowly bring the knees back in towards the body point and flex through the toes. Beautiful work. Whenever you're ready, you can extend the legs down the length of your mat. Make sure the sit bones are rooted here. Sit the upper body parallel to the front side of the room. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, gently release into a seated forward fold. Since this is our first forward fold today, you can start with the hands on the shins if you prefer. Maybe down onto the ankles, or if you are ready, you can bring the fingertips all the way around the palms of the feet. Try to avoid letting the shoulder blades hunch up towards the ears like this. Instead of creating that hollow back, I want you to keep a slight bend in the elbows to maintain a neutral spinal position. All 10 toes are flexed. Use your breath to get a little deeper into this asana, this pose. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, use some tension out. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, maybe fold. And then on that next inhale, let's sweep all 10 fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Beautiful work today. Go ahead and bring the hands down onto the mat. Sweep the feet behind you, coming into your tabletop position. Once you are there, the shoulders are over the wrists, your knees are underneath your hips. Go ahead and take this time to gently move the hips over towards the left, over towards the right, maybe moving the neck in the opposite direction of the hips. Wagging that tail from side to side, easing some tension out of the pelvis, out of that low back, and then coming into that neutral tabletop position. On your next inhale, let the belly draw down towards the earth while you lift the head and heart up towards the sky. For cow, exhale, start to round out through the spine, tilting the pelvis forward, tuck the chin in towards the chest, cat. Inhale, lift through the head and heart, draw the eyes to the sky for cow. Exhale, round out through the spine, chin to chest, press up through the shoulders for cat. One more inhale for cow. And one more exhale for cat. Beautiful work. Go ahead and release into your neutral tabletop position. And let's start to wake up through the shoulders a little more. As you inhale, bring that left arm in line with left ear. We're going to keep both knees on the mat today. Take a deep breath in, and then from here, you're going to press the palms of the hands as if you're high-fiving the front side of the room. You're going to feel a little stretch through the wrists. Do your best to keep that arm in line with the shoulder, gaze down towards the earth. One more deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, set that left palm back down underneath left shoulder. Let's take it to the right side. Inhale, lift right arm in line with right shoulder. And then from here, press that right palm of the hand towards the front side of the room. Feel a little stretch through that right forearm, through the right wrist. Gently warming up through the shoulders here with some stability work. When you are ready, exhale. Release that right hand down to the mat. From here, inhale, I want you to extend that left leg to the back edge of your mat. And then when you're ready, lift left leg in line with left hip. Check in with that low back. Make sure you're not arching through that low back. Instead, tilt the pelvis slightly forward, draw the navel in towards the spinal column to start to feel that core engage. Waking up through the glutes now. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose. One more breath in, and then exhale. Release that knee back down towards the mat. Let's take it to the other side. Extend your right leg to the back edge of your mat. Inhale, slowly lift, right foot in line with right hip. And same thing, try not to arch to that low back. You're tilting the pelvis just slightly forward to engage a little bit more through the core. Whenever you're ready, exhale, soften that knee in towards the mat. Let's plant all 10 toes into the mat now. Slowly inhale, lift the knees off the mat, extending the hip up towards the sky. Extend through the legs, release the heels towards the earth, making our way to our first down dog. Go ahead and paddle out, walking out your down dog today. While one knee stays bent, the opposite leg is extended, driving that heel into the mat. Beautiful job, everyone. You should feel almost weightless in the shoulders, no tension in the wrists. Instead, try to grip the mat with all 10 fingers. Shift the weight into your fingertips and into the balls of the feet instead. You soften the shoulders away from the ears. Let the crown of the head reach towards the earth. Your eyes are drawn towards the back side of the room. Take one more deep breath in through the nose. Another exhale out. And then inhale, walk the feet up to meet the hands. Taking our first forward fold today. Take a deep of a bend as you would like to in the knees. Let the crown of the head again reach to the earth. Hands can gently rest on the mat, maybe on a set of blocks if you have some, or they can rest on the ankles as well. So oftentimes here, you may feel the shoulder blades want to draw forward instead of ragdolling today. I want you to think about maintaining the shoulders away from the ears, even a broad chest here, being a little bit more mindful of our forward fold today. Beautiful. Make sure that belly is resting on the thighs. And from here, on your next inhale, let the palms of the hands come to rest on the shins, create a neutral flat back. The crown of the head reaches to the front side of the room, your hips to the press to the back. Try to avoid pressing the hands on the knees. They can come onto the shins or up onto the quads if you prefer. Take another deep breath in here, breathe it out. And then on that next inhale, I want you to bring the biceps by the ears, reach those fingertips to the front side of the room. Exhale, hinge through the hips, bend the knees, turn this into your chair. Bringing the upper body to incline 45 degrees forward. Fingertips reaching towards the sky, but your eyes stay down towards the earth. You should be able to lift all 10 toes as a balance check, and then set them gently back down onto the mat. Take another breath in through the nose. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful work. Let yourself breathe. Feel that tension ease out of the lower legs. And on your next inhale, let's slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Let your head be the last thing that lifts. Coming into our Tadasana here. Gently rotate the shoulders down the length of the spine. Let your palms of the hands face the front side of the room. On your next inhale, sweep all 10 fingertips up overhead. Take a steeple grip by interlacing the lower 3 fingers while pointing the index fingers up towards the sky. Think about drawing biceps by the ears, soften the shoulders down, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, fold over to the left side of the room. Just like we did when we were seated, can you keep the chin away from the chest? Draw right elbow back by right ear. Get a little longer, a little leaner over towards the left. And then inhale, lift to the center. Exhale, let's fold to the opposite side. We'll inhale, reach back up overhead. And then this time, exhale, release the hands to the small of your back. You're gonna make a fist with the palms of the hands. Exhale, gently extend that fist down towards the earth. Now try not to arch through that low back here. Keep the core engaged. You're gonna feel your shoulders, your shoulder blades draw together to open out, release some tension there from the upper back. When you're ready, inhale, sweep those fingertips back up overhead. Keep the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hinge through the hips, bend the knees, another chair. Awesome job. Can you keep the fingertips lifted? And again, check in with that low back. Make sure it's not overarching. You're keeping that belly button drawn in. Use your core to maintain your balance. Breathe in through the nose. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to move through our first half series at little vinyasa. Go ahead and place all 10 fingers into the mat. Step the right foot away, and then the left foot steps back. High plank. With your high plank, think about reaching the crown of the head to the front side of the room while the heels draw towards the back. Try not to lift the hips a little too high. Try not to let the hips arch down towards the mat either. You're drawing that navel in towards the spinal column. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. On your next inhale, lean that plank slightly forward and exhale. Either slowly lowering down into low plank with the elbows bent 90 degrees, chest slightly off the mat, or you can come all the way in towards the mat, your choice. From here, plant the tops of the feet in towards the earth. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, toes in towards the mat. Exhale, down dog. Awesome job. Let's take 2 more rounds of those vinyasas today to really wake up the body. Inhale, lean forward into your high plank. Exhale, low plank, or all the way down towards the mat. Inhale for up dog. And exhale, down dog. One more time. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Deep breaths in through the nose, out through the nose. One more breath in, and on that next exhale, release the knees towards the edges of your mat. Bring big toes to touch. Press the hips back towards the heels. Let the belly fall in between the thighs for a wide stance child's pose. So let the shoulder blades ease out, relax. Let the forearms rest on the mat. Spread all 10 fingertips wide while the forehead comes to rest on the mat here. Again, you should feel this, easing some tension out of the hip flexors. Think about drawing the hips down towards the heels. And on your next inhale, lift the hips off of the heels, adjust the knees, coming back into your tabletop position. Beautiful job. Plant the toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, release the heels, down dog. We're gonna move into a hip splay now to really open up through those hips. As you inhale, I want you to lift that left leg up towards the sky. Keep the left leg pointed down towards the mat. Left toes are curled in towards the shin. Take another breath in. As you exhale, you're going to bend through this left knee. Draw the left foot towards that right hip. Think about lifting that left knee up towards the ceiling here. Your eyes are looking out underneath this left shoulder. Make sure you're letting that weight balance between that right ball of the foot and all 10 fingers. You got this. Can you lift that left knee a little higher? Exhale. Come back into three-legged dog all the way down to down dog. And let's move that through the right hip now. Inhale. Lift your right leg up towards the ceiling, starting off with that right thigh pointed down towards the earth. Keep those toes curled in towards the shin. On that next breath in, bend through that right knee, draw the right foot to the outer edge of that left hip while lifting that right leg up towards the sky. Your eyes are looking out underneath that right shoulder. Can you lift that right knee another inch higher? And then unwind to three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, walk, step, or flip the feet up to meet the hands. Forward fold. Let the crown of the head reach towards the earth. Gently rotate some tension out of the wrists, moving the wrists clockwise and counterclockwise. And from here, keeping the crown of the head reaching towards the mat, bending through the knees to let that belly rest on the thighs. Inhale, sweep just the fingertips up towards the sky. Make a fist with the palms of the hands. Then take a reverse steeple grip if you'd like, pointing the index fingers up towards the ceiling. From here, inhale, extend the arms up towards the sky for a shoulder bind. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Try not to lock out through the legs. There is no tension in the low back. We're easing that tension out of the shoulders here, making up through the upper back muscles. Whenever you're ready, add that bend into the elbows to release that tension out of the arms. Exhale, release fingertips down in front of the toes. Inhale, let's take our halfway lift, nice strong flat back. Exhale, hold it here. Inhale, bring the biceps in line with the ears. Exhale, hinge through the hips, bend the knees for chair. The upper body inclines 45 degrees forward. Keep your eyes gently down towards the earth. And on that next inhale, I want you to rise, standing up into your extended mountain here. Fingertips reaching up towards the sky, biceps by the ears. Exhale, let's bring our hands to heart center, and we're gonna move into a standing figure four now. So shift the weight over to that standing left leg. Keep your eyes directly to the front side of the room, hands stay at heart center. Inhale, lift right leg 90 degrees off the mat to start. Make sure the hips are in a neutral position. You can let the fingertips rest on the hips. Check down to make sure they're pointed towards each other. And then from here, open that left knee over towards the left side of the room. Exhale, you're gonna cross left ankle to rest on top of right thigh. You can use this right hand to gently keep that ankle in place or keep both hands at heart center. So just like that same stretch we took at the beginning of our class, lying down on the mat, we are now taking it in a balancing position. So see if you can still maintain that core engagement, keep that eyes on something still and moving, focusing that gaze, that drishti today. Whenever you're ready, take a breath in to gently release that left ankle towards the side of the room. We're gonna close that left knee in towards the center of the body. Exhale, set that foot down towards the mat, and then shift your weight, that tension over to that standing leg instead, moving to the other side. As you inhale, lift left leg 90 degrees off the mat now, opposite leg. Keep all 10 toes flexed. And again, if you would like to, you can add that little hip check here. Make sure the hips are in a neutral alignment before opening that knee over towards the side of the room. And then cross that ankle on top of that standing base leg. Standing figure four, beautiful. You should feel this stretching out right here on this hip flexor to the left-hand side. Your hands are at heart center. Try not to hunch the shoulders forward. Keep the shoulder blades drawn slightly together to maintain your open heart. Breathe in that love and light. Breathe out, let go of everything else. And whenever you're ready, gently release that ankle off of that balancing leg. Inhale, bring the left knee back into the center. Exhale, set that foot on the mat. Maybe shake out the tension out of both legs. We're gonna get a little deeper into that figure four stretch now. Go ahead and shift your weight over to that standing left leg. Inhale, right leg lifts 90 degrees. Go ahead, open that knee over towards that side of the room. Then cross right ankle on top of left thigh. Take a deep breath in through the nose. When you're ready, exhale. You're gonna hinge through the hips. Press the seats in towards the back side of the room. Your upper body inclines slightly forward, and you can use this right hand here to keep this right knee lifted if you prefer, with just the left hand resting at heart center, or you can bring all 10 fingers at the center of your heart. Beautiful job. Even here, keep that gaze on something still and unmoving towards the earth. One more breath cycle, and then let's inhale, slowly press up to that standing figure four. Release that ankle off of that base leg. We close the knee in towards the midline. Set that right foot down towards the mat. Maybe shake out that tension out of that standing left leg. Return to your Tadasana with feet hips width distance apart. Let's shift the weight over to that standing balancing right leg. Inhale, lift left leg 90 degrees off of the mat. Left toes are gently flexed. And then open that left knee over towards the side of the room. Bring left ankle to rest on your right thigh. We're not letting the ankle rest on the knee. Let it rest on the thigh instead. Try not to let the hips open over towards the side of the room as well. We're keeping hips square to the front. Deep breath in. And again, exhale, hinge through the hips. Press the glutes towards the back side of the room. Incline the body slightly forward. You can use this left hand to keep that left knee lifted if you feel it pointing down towards the earth. Beautiful job. Hold your seated chair. One more breath cycle. And then we inhale. Rise up to stand. Gently release the ankle away from that thigh. Inhale, bring the left knee in towards the midline. Exhale, set the foot down towards the mat. Shake out that tension in that standing base leg. Come back to your Tadasana. Hands at heart center. Inhale, press all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, swan dive down, forward fold. Let all 10 fingers come in towards the mat. Walk, step, or float the feet away for high plank. Inhale, lean that plank forward. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Breathe in through the nose. And then exhale, knees come down again to the edges of your mat. Big toes come to touch. Press the hips back towards the heels. Child's pose. Let the forehead rest into the mat. Let yourself just breathe and relax. If the shoulders are still tight, you're welcome to take a quick embryo as well. Bringing the hands to wrap around the heels. And for those in embryo, let's go ahead and bring all 10 fingers back to the front side of the room now. Inhale, lift the hips up with the heels, knees come underneath the hips, shoulders over the wrists. Let's move into some spinal balances. As you inhale, can you bring left arm once again in line with left ear. Exhale, extend right toes to the back of the room. Inhale, lift right leg in line with right hip. Breathe in through the nose to grow an inch taller. Exhale it out one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, set everything back down onto the mat. Take it to the other side. Inhale, right arm in line with right ear. Exhale, extend that left foot to the back into your mat. And inhale, lift that left leg in line with left hip. Try not to arch through the low back. Use your core strength. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, maintain your balance. One more inhale to grow an inch taller. Exhale, tabletop position. On your next inhale, lift through the head and heart, scoot through the belly for cow. Exhale, round out through the spine, chin to chest for cat. Inhale to find cow. And exhale to find cat. Last cycle of cow and of cat. When we come into our tabletop position, let's get off the wrists now. Bringing knees or toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift the knees off of the mat, hips up towards the sky, heels towards the earth, down dog. When you are ready, we're going to go ahead and inhale. Lift this right leg off the mat, finding that three-legged dog once again. As you exhale, gently draw that right knee in towards the face, set right foot in between. All 10 fingers coming into your runner's lunge. So with runner's lunge, the fingertips can rest in towards the mat. I try to encourage you guys to draw the gaze towards the front side of the room. Maybe let yourself smile a little bit here. Your right knee is bent directly over right ankle, left heel stays lifted. On that next inhale, use your core strength to slowly rise up. Bring the biceps by the ears for crescent lunge. Fingertips can either stay lifted up towards the sky or you can exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful work. Another deep breath in, exhale, soften the hips down another inch. And then from here, pivot the left toes over towards the left side of the room, setting that foot parallel to the back edge of your mat. Keep the right knee bent 90 degrees. Inhale, press the palms of the hands overhead. Exhale, arms in line with the shoulders. Draw the eyes from the right middle finger, going straight into warrior two. Beautiful job. We're going to do a little form check today. I want you to flip the palms of the hands up towards the sky to make sure the arms are still in line with the shoulders. If they are, go ahead and bring the palms of the hands back down to face towards the earth. Take a deep breath in, exhale it out. And on that next inhale, gently begin to straighten out through this front right leg. Try to avoid locking out through that knee though. Keep a slight bend in that knee. From here, we're moving into triangle. So if you'd like to, you can heel toe that back foot up slightly to narrow the stance. Inhale, hinging from that hip, reach towards that front, or towards the front side of the room with your right hand. Exhale, bring right hand either down to right ankle while left hand lifts towards the sky, or the right hand can come down towards the mat. I want you to think about keeping this heart open over towards the left. You're gonna feel a little stretch here on this left side of the body. It should feel as if you're existing in between two panes of glass. Can you lift the left hip higher up towards the sky? And when you're ready, we're gonna exhale. Bring the left hand down onto the mat. Pivot all 10 toes forward, bend through right knee, coming into that runner's lunge. Awesome job. Let's move into a pigeon pose today. And we're gonna walk right foot over towards left hip crease to get a little deeper into this left, right hip. First, bring left knee onto the mat, left top of the foot towards the mat, and then I want you to bring that right shin a little bit more parallel to the front edge of your mat. Your hands are gonna support you. The hips are lifted about half an inch off of the earth. And whenever you're ready, exhale, coming down just onto the forearms today. We're not gonna go all the way down onto the mat. Keep the chest elevated, your eyes are drawn slightly towards the earth so that way the neck is in a neutral position. And try not to let yourself roll over into that right hip. Stay centered, neutral, and balanced. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Feel that tension melt out of that right hip flexor. And when you are ready, inhale, walk back up onto the palms of the hands. Bring your left toes to plant towards the mat. Lift that left knee off to engage a little bit through that core. And then we're just gonna bring the right foot in between all 10 fingers, coming back into that runner's lunge. Awesome job, nice transition work. Move your left hand to the inside of that right foot now. And let's inhale, lift right fingertips up towards the sky. Adding in a little bit of a revolved crescent lunge here. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release. Right hand down to frame that front right foot. Bring all 10 fingertips, or all the palms of the hands towards the mat. Just slowly inhale, lift your right leg up towards the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Awesome job. We're going to take that to the other side. Put it on the mat. Whenever you're ready, let's inhale, lift that opposite left leg up towards the ceiling now. Again, left thigh points down towards the earth. Keep those toes drawn in towards the shin. Another deep breath in. Exhale, bring left knee in towards the nose. Setting left foot gently in between all 10 fingers for a runner's lunge. Your left knee is bent directly over left ankle, right heel's lifted. Can you draw the eyes forward? Maybe give yourself a little smile. Start to engage to that core. Inhale, lift the upper body, parallel to the front side of the room. Keep the left knee bent 90 degrees. Hands can stay lifted overhead, or you can bring the hands to heart centered. Whatever feels good for you today. And from here, go ahead and start to pivot the right toes over towards the side of the room to bring that back right foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. Open your heart over towards the side of the room. Inhale, press all 10 fingertips up overhead. Open the arms in line with the shoulders. Draw the eyes over that front left middle finger. And same alignment check here. With the arms in line with the shoulders, can you flip the palms of the hands up towards the sky? Keep the shoulders wake up just a little bit. Make sure the arms are still in line with the shoulders before pivoting the palms of the hands back down to face the earth. Whenever you're ready, inhale, begin to gently straighten out through that front left leg. If you would like to narrow that stance, heel toe that back right foot up 2 times. Avoid locking out through that left knee though. Micro bend through that knee. On your next inhale, hinging through the hips, reach those left fingertips towards that edge of the mat. Exhale, left hand down either onto left ankle while right hand reaches up towards the sky. Or left hand can come down towards the mat to the inner part, or to the inner sole of the left foot. Let your eyes just draw naturally over towards the side of the room. Can you lift that right hip up towards the sky? Let yourself exist in between these 2 invisible panes of glass. One more breath cycle, and as you exhale, release that right hand down towards the mat. Bend through left knee, pivot all 10 toes, rocks back again into a runner's lunge. So your eyes are drawn towards this side of the room, the back edge of the mat. Go ahead and walk left foot over towards the right edge of your mat, tuck left toes in towards the mat to start. Right knee comes down towards the earth, plant the top of the right foot towards the mat to get a little deeper into pigeon pose. Again, bring that shin parallel to the front edge of your mat. Whenever you feel balance in between the hips, exhale, bring the forearms onto the mat, all 10 fingers, reach to the front side of the room. Your neck is in a neutral position, the spine is in a neutral position. Keep your weight in between both legs. Try to avoid rolling over into that left hip. Let yourself relax, release. Let that tension melt out of the mind, out of that left hip. And whenever you're ready, inhale, walk back up onto the palms of the hands, your shoulders width apart. Plant your right toes in towards the mat. Inhale, lift that right knee off, and then from here, just bring that left palm of the foot in between both palms of the hands. Adjusting your stance that way, that left knee is at 90 degrees again. From here, bring your right hand to the inside of that left foot. Inhale, left fingertips reach up towards the sky. Revolved crescent lunge. Let yourself breathe deeply, keep the hips low. And exhale, left hand to frame that front left foot. Bring all 10 fingertips to the mat. Let the palms of the hands rest on towards the mat. Inhale, lift the left leg up towards the sky for three-legged dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Whenever you're ready, take a deep breath in through the nose to walk the feet up to meet the hands, forward fold. Again, checking with the shoulders. Try not to let them just reach towards the earth. I want you to think about shoulders away from the ears, fighting that tension from the rest of the day. Just letting the crown of the head reach towards the earth. From here, if you'd like to, you can reach the hands towards opposite elbows. Now moving into that ragdoll, letting the shoulders relax. No tension in the upper body, no tension in the low back. Maybe let yourself sway to the left and sway to the right. Let yourself breathe deeply here. And then from here, release fingertips down towards the earth. Let's take another shoulder bind. Let the belly rest on the thighs. The crown of the head reaches towards the earth. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up towards the sky, taking that reverse steeple grip, or making that fist with the palms of the hands. Exhale, squeeze through the shoulder blades, extend the arms up towards the ceiling. Keep the eyes towards the backs of the room. The crown of the head reaches towards the earth. And not to hold your breath. And when you're ready, bend through the elbows. Exhale, release fingertips down towards the mat. Play all 10 fingers in towards the mat. Step the feet away. Our last high plank. Beautiful job. Holding here. And then from here, I want you to turn this high plank into down dog. Lift the hips straight up towards the sky. Awesome. Let the shoulders relax. Release away from the ears. And we're going to turn this into a dolphin pose now, just to get a little bit more movement through the shoulders. Whenever you're ready, take a slide under the knees so that way you can ease some tension out of the legs. Exhale, release the left forearm down towards the mat, and then the right forearm comes down towards the mat. So you should feel a little lift in the shoulders here. The crown of the head is hovering about half an inch to an inch off of the mat. Your eyes are drawn towards the back side of the room, and the knees can stay bent here. Make sure the forearms are resting on the mat. All 10 fingers are spread wide, gripping the mat. Or if you'd like to get a little deeper, on your next inhale, gently extend through the legs. That way, your hips are lifted all the way up towards the ceiling. We'll be here for 2 breath cycles more. Deep breaths in. Exhale, sigh it out. One more time. And when you're ready, exhale, bend through the knees all the way down until the knees are resting on the mat. Bring the big toes to touch. Exhale, hips press towards the heels. Child pose. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead and turn this into embryo now. Maintaining that neutral spinal column, forehead resting on the mat. Bring the hands towards the back side of the room, reaching around towards the heels. You're welcome to close down the eyes here as we start to move down into the cool down of our practice. Letting yourself breathe, let that tension release and relax, staying in that embryo pose. Awesome job. Just 2 more breaths here. Letting yourself breathe and be. And as you finish out that breath cycle, go ahead and inhale. Bring the fingertips towards the front edge of the mat. Inhale. Walk the palms of the hands towards the back side or towards the knees. Inhale. Press up to a hero's pose today. So the heels are going to stay, hips are going to stay resting on the heels. Your upper body is upright. Can you bring the shins together? Bring the palms of the hands to relax on the inner thighs. And maybe take a moment, gently rotate the shoulders a few times forward. And then take nice deep rolls of the shoulders up towards the ears, towards the back side of the room. On that last one, exhale, soften the shoulder blades down the length of the spine. From here, we're going to work into a reverse prayer pose to finish off our practice today. I'm going to show you guys towards the back side of the room too. So whenever you're ready, I want you to inhale, press the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, just as if we're taking that shoulder bind, bring the hands towards the small edge of your mat or towards the back side of the mat. If you can, start to press the fingertips together to point the fingertips up towards the sky. So it'll look very similar to this. You can see me. As you start to get a little deeper into this pose, you can start with the fingertips, maybe just gently touching. You can squeeze the shoulder blades together to open through that heart. The eventual goal is to let the palms of the hands press together, taking, just like we do, hands at heart center, hands to the center of our back here. This is your reverse prayer. It's a great stretch to take to ease some tension out of the shoulders. The key here is to keep the heart open to the front side of the room, your elbows over towards the side. Use that tension out. Breathe in through the nose, out through the nose, and whenever you're ready, release the palms away, release the fingertips away. Inhale, sweep the fingertips up overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center now to the front side of the room. Beautiful job. Whenever you're ready, you can let the hands come down towards the mat. Gently release the sit bones in towards the earth. Extend the legs down the length of the mat. And take a moment to bring the toes to flex to ease that tension out of the ankles. And from here, you can point and flex a few times if you would like. Make sure the palms of the hands are on the outer edges of the hips. Bring all 10 toes to flex. Soften the shoulders away from the ears, creating that nice open heart once again. Grip them out with all 10 fingers. Inhale, move into your staff pose. So shifting away into the fingertips to gently hover the sit bones half an inch off of the mat. Whenever you're ready, exhale, soften the seat back down and towards the earth. Inhale, fingertips come up towards the sky. Exhale, seated forward fold, just like at the beginning of our practice. Except maybe now the hamstrings are a little more open. You can maybe more comfortably wrap the hands around the palms of the feet. And from here, if you'd like to get even deeper, tuck the chin in towards the chest. Let yourself draw that forehead to the knee. Try to maintain that slight bend in the elbow so that way the shoulders stay away from the ears. Breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. One more breath cycle in. One more breath out. And then inhale, lift all 10 fingers up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Awesome job. From here, we're going to take a seated spinal twist today. I want you to go ahead and draw left knee in towards the heart, hovering left foot slightly off the mat. And then we're going to cross left palm of the foot around the outer edge of your right thigh. The right leg can either stay extended on the mat, or to get a little bit more of a stretch to the hips, you can tuck the right ankle in towards left hip. Notice how both of my sit bones stay rooted in towards the mat. From here, inhale, fingertips reach up overhead. Exhale, we twist over towards the left. Hook the right elbow around the outer edge of that left knee. Your left hand comes down onto the mat behind the small of your back. And then gently extend right fingertips down towards the earth. Inhale, sit up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. Draw your eyes around that back left shoulder. Inhale, sit up taller. Exhale, twist deeper. And then inhale and line to the center. Exhale, gentle twist to the opposite side. Beautiful work, everyone. Whenever you're ready, you can take this. Inhale, coming back to the center. Exhale, hands to heart center. First, release that right leg down the length of the mat if that heel is tucked in towards the hip, and then uncross that left leg out. Extend left leg down the length of the mat. Inhale, hug right knee in towards the heart. Bring the right palm of the foot to the outer edge of that left thigh. Left leg can stay extended, or again, hook that left heel around that right hip. All to start. Inhale, all 10 fingers go towards the sky. Exhale, twist over towards the right, hooking left elbow around that right thigh. Right hand comes down onto the mat behind your back. As you inhale, sit up taller, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist deeper, draw the eyes over that back right shoulder. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale to twist deeper. Last breath cycle here. And then inhale, lift all 10 fingertips back overhead. Exhale, gentle variation, twisting over towards the left. Beautiful job. Inhale, sit up tall. Exhale, get a little deeper. And then inhale, all 10 fingertips back overhead towards the center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Start by extending that left leg away. Uncross that right leg, and then extend right leg down the length of your mat. Whenever you're ready from here, you can adjust yourself on the mat as necessary. Go ahead, inhale, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, slowly roll down, one vertebrae at a time. And you can take a full body stretch as you come down onto the mat, reaching fingertips towards the crown of the head, toes away from the belly button. Breathe in through the nose, and then exhale, soften the hands down by the hips. Relax and release that tension out of the toes. And you soften the shoulder blades in towards the mat, letting the legs gently extend from the hip sockets. You can let the hands rest down by the hips. The palms of the hands can be in towards the mat. If you'd like to feel a little more grounded and connected to the earth today, you can flip the palms of the hands up towards the sky. If you'd like to feel a little more openness at the end of your practice. Or if you'd like to maintain that connection to yourself today for Shavasana, you can bring your right hand onto the belly and left hand onto the heart. Just taking this time to find whatever feels good for you at the end of your practice. If you haven't done so, begin to shut down the eyes, closing down the gaze. You take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release that breath out from the nose. One more deep inhale through the nose. And with that next exhale, release any final bits of tension that you may still have in the body or in the mind. We let go of any and all thoughts, choosing not to focus on any one thing today. Simply letting those thoughts pass by like clouds floating in the sky. Creating that blank canvas for your mind as you make your way into that meditative state of Shavasana today. And then whenever you're ready, you can begin to wiggle the fingertips and wiggle the toes, allowing yourself to bring that movement, that life and sensation back in through the extremities, back in to the physical being, awakening through the mind. Take a deep breath in here to draw that breath to fill up the lungs, and exhale, gently release that breath away. Whenever you're ready, you can allow yourself to roll over onto one side of the mat. Maybe let the head rest in the crook of an elbow. And then pressing up into an easy seated position, letting one leg cross on top of the other. Letting the hands rest on the inner thighs, feeling all of that love and light through your entire being, feeling all that openness, that peace and joy. When you're ready, let's inhale, bring all 10 fingertips up towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Thank you so much for sharing in your practice with me today. All that is full of that love and light within me recognizes and honors all that is full of that good and love and light within you. Namaste.